Hello, we're live. Me in a chair. Hey, chair. How's it going, chair? Very nice of you to join me, chair. Uh-oh. Someone's coming in.
There I am.
Oh, it's Jim Record Collector News.
Hello.
Why were you late to the start of the stream?
Because I forgot my coffee in the house.
Now, do you find drinking coffee this late affects your sleeping pattern?
Probably, but I don't really notice it in later age. Doesn't seem to bother me as much.
No, coffee doesn't bother me either.
Hi, John.
Hey, we went to Randy's.
That's right.
That's the famous Randy's with the big giant donut. But they have several locations that don't have a big giant donut. Only the main one has the big giant donut.
They're branching out. They have a great apple fritter.
That's their best thing, their apple fritter.
It was sold out.
I know. If you go there too late, no more apple fritters. What's up, everybody? Let me say hi to everyone. Hi, John. Hi, MD. Hi, Paul. Hi, Fred. Hello, little Ian. Hi, Paul. Hello, Hastings. Yeah. Goodbye. Hello, Loki. Hello, Dane. It's 4 p.m. Pacific. It's, a few hours before dinner time, right? So Jim and I hung out today. Obviously, we fed the homeless. No, we didn't. We went to record stores.
Should have.
So, and we hello. And we I bought records. Jim bought a few records. I always buy more than him. Yes?
I got a bunch of records, man.
Do you want to start off showing some? Sure. He got one cool record.
I got this Johnny Winter Still Alive. I mean,
yeah, but I told you I saw there's a reel to reel I found somewhere. I'll go.
Yeah, oh yeah, I can't wait to hear that. But this was, it was $8. It's clean as a whistle. I remember it from when I was a kid. It's pretty good, still alive and well, all that good stuff.
If I responded to your question, Roger, I would be in trouble. I'd be canceled.
Yeah. So then I also couldn't resist. I bought this Ginger Baker Middle Passage. I actually haven't seen this before.
Now, when did that come out?
It came out, I think I don't know, some year. Probably 70s.
Who's on there?
It's on Axiom Records.
I don't know them. Are they U.S.?
No. Yes, it is. From the USA. Anyway, it's got some Middle Eastern stuff in it, I think.
Who's on there with him?
Farouk, Taco, Bernie Worrell on the organ. But it's got some Middle Eastern guys.
Hold on. You got Paul's got an answer. It's
Bill Laswell's label. Yeah, he's on here. Bill Laswell's on here.
Okay.
This looks good. It looks interesting. Then I got this soundtrack I couldn't resist. Nothing great, but it's a limit. It's a loan for promo only.
No, I have that. First of all, hold on. Let me make you big.
What do you mean you had that?
I have it. I don't have it. But
don't touch my record.
First of all, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Probably one of Burt Reynolds' my personal favorite. One of his best. He directed it.
Wow.
Has a good mix of action and it has some humor to it. He puts all his friends in it.
Yeah.
I think they filmed it in Atlanta, and it had at the time maybe even still, it had one of the biggest free fall stunts ever recorded in a movie, where a guy jumped off the building.
Oh wow.
But I forget who or produced the soundtrack, but it's filled with jazz. Chet Baker's on it. There's
Wow.
Doc Severinsen. The opening song in it is that Randy Crawford
That's right. Street Life.
Street Life.
Don't
And there's
it's a
that
four for him.
the
Really
great,
good.
yeah, it's very jazzy,
Yeah.
and he gets his fingers cut off in the movie. It's pretty gruesome.
Very nice. That's always a good.
Yeah, that's a great. I need to rewatch that movie, but it's a great movie.
$6. You can't beat that.
And one of the
I don't
best.
know if I have. I don't know if I already have this record, but I bought it anyway.
Yeah, don't show your receipts, dude.
Sorry.
They're in it. But that's all talking. But it's mainly David Byrne. It's the movie he wrote and directed, right?
Right. I don't think I have it. I hope I don't have it.
I don't have that.
I've been in a soundtrack mood.
Yeah, that's the one I don't have.
Wild Angels. Couldn't resist again. It looks pretty clean. I don't know.
No.
And then I guess that's it. There were two more.
What? Where the the best one you picked up. Where is that? We don't have time for you to rummage. Hey, you can see his system in the background.
This is sealed. Mint.
Okay.
Mint. Completely mint and sealed.
No, dude, how many copies of that do you have?
Oh.
I think that's your 9th copy.
I apologize for that. But I also got this, and turns out it's sealed as well for $2.99.
Yeah, well, you should keep them both sealed. But no, you didn't show the best thing you picked up.
What was that?
The 12-inch.
Oh, where is that bad boy?
Did I take it with me? I did not take it with me.
Oh, here it is. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good.
This is really good, what he found. So this is a 12-inch of television marquee. You're holding it sideways. It's a 12-inch of. It's upside down now.
Leave me alone.
12-inch of television marquee moon. One side is 33, and one side is 45.
Wrong. One side, both sides are 45. Okay. One side is stereo mix. The other side is a mono mix.
You should listen to that.
Yeah, I haven't had time since I got home and had to go to FedEx.
No one needs to know your life story. Paul has that.
That's my deal today.
That's very interesting.
2 Mac Davis records.
I think this is Roger reacting to that. You have 9 copies of that Mac Davis record.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. And we went to Safari and Atomic and one. Did we go to one other one or something?
Yeah, we went to Rockaway.
Yeah, Rockaway. Yeah, which is a famous record store, but only open for appointment. But they're remodeling. They're remodeling,
and they're going to be open all week. Next week, I think. Yeah, without appointment, starting next week after Record Store Day.
Okay, I'll show some stuff I picked up. This includes stuff that I picked up since last time I was on a stream or something. Talking about the stuff I pick up. So I have this, and the Courtney Pine, Craig at Analog October reissued his first album. This is his second album, and my feeling is this is the better of the 2 albums. Not that the first one's bad, but this is really good. This is I found a promo copy of it on New Jazz Directions, but it's mainly on Antilles. So the reason I'm showing this first is because I never knew this, that he is featured on the Angel Heart soundtrack, the movie Angel Heart, which I told Jim, am I wrong? People old enough. The main reason people went to see this is because Lisa Bonet was naked in it, right?
Completely.
But Courtney Pine is featured on the album or the soundtrack. He plays saxophone. I didn't know this. There he is there, I think. That's him. Yes.
So.
That's him and Trevor Jones who did the score. I don't know. Did anyone have this? It's on Antilles too. Anyone have this one? It is a great movie if you've never seen it. Hold on one second. Shane, it is great. But you know what? I bought it and I'm going to put it in my next auction because last night I found an OG copy of it online. So I bought that and hopefully it'll be in the condition it was described in. So, but everyone go pick up that album. That's a good album. I'll show it. I have it in my stack here because I just bought it. But I don't know if anyone else has that. Here, Fred didn't know about this. If anyone wants to come up, let me know too. So this is interesting. I will probably listen to this after the stream.
I want that.
Yeah. Robert De Niro plays the devil in it. There he is. But at least the main thing is Lisa Bonet is naked in it. So I've seen this album around a bunch, but I've never picked it up. I don't know later Blue Mitchell if he was more smooth, but a lot of people are on this. Harold Land, Cedar Walton. Not a very expensive record, so see here. Someone you can appreciate hotness, right?
Lisa Bonet-ness.
Yeah. Hey Cindy, what's up? I think that was her first movie too.
She went she was still doing Cosby, I think.
She might I don't know if she had done The Different World and then she wasn't there past the first season, I think. Another World. A different world, well, I don't know. That's sitcom she did. I found the Muddy Waters sessions, the London sessions, but this is a 2016 reissue of it on 180 gram vinyl. Very nice. In beautiful niceness shape. I have not. I've seen this before, but I didn't know they reissued it. Did anyone know that? Did anyone care? I know you can find that. It's not hard to find this record, but this was in the 50-cent bin, and it's I guess a 70s reissue of it, and it's a little warped, so I need to get it flattened. I don't know this record. Does anyone have it? I picked it up because all these guys. I don't know much about this guy, Michael Mentler. And I think, am I wrong about this? This label is an offshoot of ECM. Can someone correct me on that? I think this Wattworks Inc. This album is produced by Carla Bley. I don't know if is there an involvement with ECM? I don't know. Wattworks. Hold on. Roger's all about the Cosby Show. Oh no. You have that record since they came out. I'm not surprised they were reissued. Yeah. I know the Howling Wolf one's reissued all the time. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, he married her after the Paul. Hold on. Next month, Tim's coming. He got an Airbnb in Glendale. So that's nice.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Roger says, yes, thank you. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Okay, so it was distributed by ECM. Thank you, Lee. So I'll be interested in listening to this. All right. I picked up this one. I don't have this Joe Farrell record. This is a live record with Mr. Victor Feldman, John Gurin, Bob Magnuson, and it was recorded in Malibu. Do you remember Pascali's?
Yes.
What was it?
Supper club, dinner and jazz.
Where was it in Malibu?
The whole boo kind of slurs together for me. I don't know where things are anymore.
All right. Thank you. You're really good at this. Your banter.
I'm not a jazzer, man.
Yeah, but places. Never mind. I've avoided picking this record up. This Roland Hanna, Gershwin, Carmichael Cats, but it's a later CTI, not the. I think it's a later. It was put out at CTI. Hold on. This is a friend of mine, Josh. In market research, we used to work for a guy named Joe Farrell. Josh, it's a jazz musician named Joe Farrell. In fact, that's what he looks like right there. And hey, go visit Jack in the Box's channel. He collects and talks about action figures. So if you're into that, go over and click on and give him a subscribe. Thank you, Josh. Different Joe Farrell, though. The other Joe Farrell was a nut. I don't know if this guy was a nut. I don't think he was. Okay, getting back to this one. So, but this has a great lineup of people. You got Chet Baker's on here, Larry Carell, George Mraz, Rufus Reed. There's a picture, I guess, of everybody. So I'm interested in looking. I've passed it by, but I decided this was in really nice shape to pick it up. So, yes, a different Joe Farrell. The Joe Farrell we worked for came to Hollywood in the early 80s, and kind of changed the way movie market research was done. And he had a proof of concept, the movie Mannequin. He was market research from script to screen. It's a very fascinating story that I will not recount right now.
That was it.
Yeah. Okay, next record. One of these Blue Note reissue series from the mid 70s. This is Jazz Crusaders. I think this is just a collection. Usually these are unreleased things. But this is from 62 to 68. And all these other guys played with them. Hubert Laws and Victor Gaskin, Buster Williams. So a nice Blue Note twofer of the Jazz Crusaders when they were more jazzy and less kind of easy, funky listening. Okay, here's a good one. The Song of Singing Chick Corea is a Blue Note with him, Dave Holland, and Barry Onschultz. They're the three of them. I guess this was the beginning of Circle. And it came out as a Liberty. Here's Liberty Pressing label. All right. I don't have a lot of Branford Marsalis. Does anyone have this one? By the way, here. Oh. Yes. I have it already. I picked up another copy, so might find its way into one of my auctions. Hold on. Yeah, more of the stuff, later stuff is more like funky. Yes, thank you. Nice. This Branford Marsalis was, I believe, it was produced by his brother, Delfio. But its main lineup is him, Kenny Kirkland, and Tony Williams. And then one song is Herbie Hancock and Buster Williams is on it. Does anyone have this one? Yeah, the reason to pick up any of the Branford and the Winton is they're not expensive records and they're not bad records. So, yeah, I'll make it. You know what? When I was, what do you do? What's this?
Branford.
Who's on there with him?
It's a good record. It's on non-such. It's come on, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. My connection is when I was in college, the dad, Ellis, taught it at my college the whole time I was there. He taught the music program. So, yeah. Virginia Commonwealth University. He was there the same time I was there, and then he left.
I don't see, here. Eric, Justin, Joey, and Branford.
Yeah, I don't think they're all related.
They're four mofos.
Okay.
It really doesn't say who they are. Branford Marsalis Quartet. Anyway, nice record. It really is. It cooks.
All right. All right. Now we're getting in. Those were the records I picked up today. Oh, here's the last one I picked up today. I found a perfectly near mint copy of this record. I'd found a VG Plus copy not too long ago, but this thing is clean. Clean. It's like it came out, like I bought it brand new. This thing is mint if there ever was mint. So this might find its way onto the eBays. This is just clean. I've never had an old record this clean. It's a time capsule. So nice. All right, here's a cool one. I don't know. I think I might have shown this, but I don't remember. I got an OG of this Music Inc. Charles Tolliver. And another reason I'm showing this is people have been talking about go follow the Strata East Instagram because this week they had posted someone standing over shooting video of the tapes of this, the analog tapes. And people were asking questions, so it looks like they're probably going to do a reissue of this. So that will be interesting because there's a lot of scuttlebutt about Strata East records. Hello, Delphina. And hello, Delphina. You like her. All right. So if anyone knows more about that, let me know. All right, this is the record that we were talking about earlier. And I really suggest you go out and get this. It's very cheap on Amazon. It's a UK reissue from BGP Records. Done very well. It's really nice sounding. But last night on eBay, I found an OG copy of this mastered by Van Gelder. And the guy he took money off of it. So it was not a hard decision. This is an outstanding record. The price for this, an OG of this goes for like close to 100, if not more. So the price the guy gave me was very nice. So I'll probably send this on to someone else and I'll do a little comparison when I get the OG of it. But this is an outstanding record. In fact, who's on here with these two guys? It's kind of avant-garde, veering into free jazziness. It came out on Flying Dutchman, and it's not saying who the other guys are on here. I don't want to read all this. It's too much. Too many words for me. Well, their second album, I think, is on Flying Dutchman and is more than this. And I think actually I have a copy of Gil Scott-Heron record that goes for a lot more money than this one goes for. So there's a bunch of Flying Dutchmans that go for some dough. But this is not one of the cheaper ones. Well, this reissue is, and it's really good. Go get it. Get this while you can. It's cheap. Okay. Here, I picked this up, and then this is a discussion where I'm going to go with So this is a 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, still in the shrink pressing of Glassbead Games Clifford Jordan. And I had the P Vine reissue like many people do, but that's a needle drop. And I have two other 90s-ish, late 80s Strata East pressings. One, the Heath Brothers, and one, the Pharoah Sanders, The Gift. And in one of the postings on Discogs, it had said that when Stanley Cowell needed some dough, he would repress some Strata East records. So I have not verified that to be a fact, but it's a good story. And this one, I compared it to the P Vine. This one sounds better than the P Vine. It does. It's the bass and especially the drums are really well done, well mastered, or whatever on this one. So if anyone has similar pressings that are like late 80s into the 90s, let me know what you think of these. So my P Vine copy is going to find another home of that. Okay. And I don't know. I went to the same record store the next day. He posted this, and I had to run back out there. I dragged Jim with me in the pouring rain. Hold on. Mark, if you can text Stanley Cowell to verify, let me know because he's dead. Okay? Let me know. Let me know how you figure that one out because he's no longer on this planet Earth. But I think you could do it. Okay. Roger wants to come up. Hold on. I'm only allowing Roger up here. There you go, Roger. Okay. All right. So I had to run out to the store when he posted this because this, in my record collecting, this is like one of the hardest records to find. This is a Muse pressing of this Clifford Jordan quartet, Night of the Mark. Is that 6 or 5 or what?
7.
7? Yeah, it's 7. Yeah, make sure you do your hair and makeup, Roger, before you come up here. So this is hard to find. I know there's a boot or unofficial one that guises itself as a Japanese pressing that you can get, but this sucker is hard to find and expensive, and it wasn't cheap, but I didn't pay. Oh, it's a white label promo, by the way, and it wasn't cheap, but it was a nice it was a good price, I felt, for this. Hey, what's up, Nick? How you doing?
Hey, Nick.
So I'm very happy to find this. And who's on here with him? You got your Cedar Walton, Sam Jones, and Billy Higgins. They do the John Coltrane's on the other record I just showed. This is good. So it was nice to find this. Sounds good. Nice live album. So very hard to find. If you find a copy of this, grab it. Because even if you don't like it, someone else will. That's what I say. I'll show this at the end. Here's a good one I found. This is one of these inner city issues of a steeplechase. This is Paul Bly and Niels Henning Orsted Peterson. Very good.
Good record.
Yeah, it is a good record. From the mid 75 or 76. But I enjoyed this. Really nice. Just piano and bass. If anyone has this. Jim loves Paul Bly. I don't have as much. Hold on. Jazzy Jeff. Jeff. Oh, yeah. I have that Music Inc. So I have some original Strata East records. Yeah, they sound great. That Music Inc. sounds very good. So I'm not doubting that. My question's more with these 90s pressings, where they came from and who did them. That's the mystery. All right, what else? Okay, I have three more. I got a bunch of Pat Martino records, some upgrade copies. My older ones I'll put in my next auction. But I've always seen this one on Warner Brothers, and I've never picked it up. This is more him in a jazz rock fusion world, and it actually is really good. It's funky. It's not too fusiony for me, and it's on the Palm Tree Warner label. It sounds really nice. Does anyone else have this one? Joyous Lake. That's kind of a lame name, but it's good. He kind of rocks out a bit on this because his other albums, which I have over here, are really nice jazz guitar records. Like this is my favorite one. This one, Exit. And then he does this one is just guitar and piano with Gil, the same guy, Gil Goldstein. And then this is really good, Consciousness. And then this live record is really nice too. So, all right, two more. Here's one. I got the Vinyl Me Please reissue of Straight Ahead, Oliver Nelson, Eric Dolphy, and Richard Wines, George Duvier, and Roy Haynes. This is very good. I had a twofer with this in it, but this is a great album, great reissue. I had no issues. It was flat, played nice, no scratches, which I do have issues sometimes with Vinyl Me Please. But this is available right now. If you could join and get it, it's worth it. I recommend it, especially if you like Eric Dolphy. If you don't like Eric Dolphy, then don't get it. I don't want to be heads up, bro. I don't understand what you're saying. I'm a jackass because I'm making you lose sleep, and you want to play one LP. Heads up, Rob. Okay.
Oh, it's the middle of the night. He's watching you instead.
Well, I'm going to leave this up. You can watch it later.
This is boring as hell, man. You'll go right to sleep.
Yes. We got two people. Here's Dr. Robert.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, guys.
And then I'm guessing this is Roger. And
someone asked about hot stamper numbers.
Well, hold on. Let me show this last record, and then we can talk about hot stampers. What's up, Roger?
Peace.
So I found this. So I don't know if anyone has any Moondog records. I do have the famous one with the profile that you can get right now. It's reissued on Sony. Reissued it. That one's good. But this, I don't know if this is his first. I know he put out 10 inches, so those are his first ones. But this is the same record as the Prestige Moondog record, but this he put out himself. And this is a hard to find record too. In fact, I think there's one on Discogs, and it's not a crazy expensive record, but it's hovers between $150 to $300. But the interesting thing about this is I guess he put it out on his own Moondog Records, and this is a very rough shape. I didn't pay a lot of money at all for it, but weirdly enough, it plays really well, and the little crackles actually go very well with the music. So, and it's weird because if you want to call, it's kind of him with his Japanese wife, kind of Yoko Ono-ish, where she's on here singing and doing weird things and avant-garde things. So,
isn't he a surfer? Moondog?
He's a sidewalk surfer. I think you're thinking of the Frankie Avalon and F. Funicello movies.
Oh yeah.
Your sarcasm is palpable.
He looks elderly, right?
So I think the story of him is he was an avant-garde musician, kind of. I forget what they called it, but modern classical. just doing weird things. Somehow, I don't know at what point in time in his life he got blinded
Right.
by an accident.
Right.
Like, I want to think, as I remember the story, it was a discharge of liquid or steam, and he was blind. I don't know how much of his vision was bad, but he found his way to New York, and he would perform on the sidewalks. I think on Lexington. I forget at what street.
Huh.
He would perform on the sidewalks. I think later in his life, he might have gone to Europe, but he was famous for performing on the streets. That's as much as I know about him. Does anyone else?
Do you know like what age he was when he was blinded?
I don't. A young man. I want to say a young man. I don't think he was a kid.
Yeah, right. That of course would make it difficult to surf, I'm thinking.
Well, but
Not
here's the
in your heart.
no. Roger's around my age, but you're old, Dr. Roberts. So you were probably watching the Frankie Avalon movies when you were a little kid.
Patio.
Close. I was close, but yeah, I've seen him in reruns.
No, I have too.
Yeah.
But I think Roger's drier than the Sahara Desert with his humor. So those are the records I picked up.
You picked up a lot of good stuff.
Rob,
I know that CDs don't exist, so we don't discuss them. But if there were a universe in which CDs existed, you could tell me what this.
Well, I have the LP of that.
Yeah,
and it looks like it's autographed by him.
And
well, that's
I
nice.
was going to say, what do these two have in common? And it's the Branford Marsalis autographs.
Oh, very nice.
Did you have him autograph them, or you found them autographed?
No, I met him in Seoul. I actually wound up. I was going to the concert, so I had the CDs, hoping I would get them signed after the concert, and went to dinner before the concert, and just so happened to wind up at a table next to Branford Marsalis and the band.
Was he very gracious?
He was extremely. My friends and I tried to, we waited until they were finished. We didn't try to jump on them when they were eating, but we asked for autographs, and the entire band came over, and it was me and a friend of mine and his wife. So the three of us, the band came over and all introduced themselves. And the guy who's the piano player on the Blakey one, Donald Brown, he taught at my university, and I had taken classes with him. So when I told Branford this, he was all like, "Hey guys, this guy knows Smoke." That's his nickname. So
was Kenny Kirkland part of that band? No, that's who I've met. I've met Kenny Kirkland.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
But that's kind of cool. So wait, did he played on that Dead album?
Yeah, he played with them. He played with them a few times.
Right.
1 year, New Year, and anyway, this album. This is not like one show. It's songs from different shows. But yeah, he's on it. Branford, I think, played with them 3 or 4 times.
And by the way, that Art Blakey, when I find it, I pick it up, put it in an auction. That's a really good record.
It's a great record, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Those are cool. And just to tell you, my dirty secret is I pick up CDs all the time because I just sold one this morning for $25. People buy them. There are CDs out there that are hard to find.
I don't know anything from value, but I picked up 50 CDs this weekend at my local thrift shop for 50 cents each. There was like Beatles and Hendrix and stuff. I just got there when they were putting them out. It was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, Dr. Robert.
No, go ahead.
I have like 400 CDs stacked over there.
Yeah.
So
I have
great.
a bunch of CDs still. I mean, I haven't bought any in a long time, but when I'm in record stores, I've had a number of record stores owners, 5 or 6 or managers say, "Do you want to sell any of your CDs?" I mean, and I think they're getting hotter now, not the other way.
Sure.
Well, I live right near kind of a high-end thrift store, if you want to call it that. Someone dumped a whole jazz collection on CD there. So I picked up 100 CDs, jazz, and a lot of them were hard to get jazz CDs. So
People are
It-
dumb.
it paid like the I have it somewhere around here, but Joey Callio, I went into a thrift store the other day and found a Dada CD. So one of his CDs. And it was funny. I sent it to him and he goes, "That's not the best one." It's like he criticized it. So I mean, it always pays to stop and look through everything, I think.
Yeah.
Hold on, what's this? Jim knows what I have. I just don't want to show my horrible apartment because it's all full of records. But I have
Prima Luna.
I have a Prima Luna.
It's one of those suitcase Prima Lunas, is what I heard.
It's a hot dog
With the speakers
cooker.
built in. Okay.
No, it's a hot dog cooker one.
You open the lid and the speakers are.
Yeah, you put it only does kosher beef hot dogs. But I have a P3 that I'm in the process of upgrading because you can upgrade them to equal a P6. So next upgrade is the power supply, so you don't have to switch it anymore. So that's the next thing I'm putting on my turntable. So
The Rega P3.
Riga P3, that Poetry helped me find. Some guy bought it and didn't want it, so I got a kick-ass deal on it. And then Jim's helping me get a power supply. So
is it using the standard Rega cartridge, or they different?
No. One of the things about the pandemic, I won't say the good things, is it affected Rega's ability to get their standard cartridge, and so everything they produced, they just without charging upgraded it to their high-end exact cartridge. So that's what mine has.
Cool.
That was a great deal. I mean, it might still be around. That if you got a P3, it came automatically upgraded with the exact cartridge. So that's another way. Will be exactly like a P6. So, all right, hold on. Someone said something. You know, you're free to come up and tell us the sad story why you don't have a CD player.
Louie's reading my T-shirt.
What about it? You're not showing the whole T-shirt.
I did.
Okay. I don't know what that means. Stephen Hawking.
Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change.
Well, thank you, Roger. Appreciate it.
Stephen Hawking. Takes about a second.
It might take slow people about a second.
Well, I don't. There's no benefit through the way I live, Cindy. There's just none.
So, hey, can I give something up, or a hot stamper?
Okay, so just so you know, my last stream, there was, and you should go back and watch it. There was a vicious fight between record collector Jim News and Jazz Bum Mike. It was almost like winner take all.
It's like a slap fight.
It was literally a slap fight. So we were talking about better records and their hot stampers and all this other stuff. So now that you want to drag it, beat a dead horse.
No, I want to drop one thing and then done. So a hot stamper. I'm going to drop. Here's the number from Led Zeppelin 2. This is the hot.
Well, hold on, Roger. Is that the Robert Ludwig one?
I'm going to give you the stamper number right
No,
now. It's yes. Yes, it is.
That's Jim. I'm Roger.
I'm sorry, Roger. So Roger. So Jim. Everyone knows that's the good one. Why don't you give us the number on one, like an average record no one knows about?
You don't want the rest of the number?
It's the Robert Ludwig Led Zeppelin 2. Everyone wants that fucking record.
It's only on one stamper? There's only one stamper number?
No, there's like seven. There's like 7 or 8 or more different versions.
I'm telling you, this is the 800. All right. How about?
No,
I do have.
No, you got to do the Robert Ludwig stamp on that.
Well, after, but here, this is what benefits everyone here. If it's a record no one knows.
Oh, not that one.
Not this one.
What record is that one?
I thought we were talking about Led Zeppelin 2. That's metal.
No, hold on.
Let me just drop Led Zeppelin 2. May I? Real quick. It'll take 1 second.
Please.
Get your pencils out or whatever.
Why didn't you privately give Dr. Robert the Led Zeppelin?
Why?
No,
I'm going to dump
Hey.
it publicly.
All right.
we can
Okay.
talk,
Agree with it.
but
Seriously. There's an RL,
Just
Oh.
hold on 1 second.
T.
You have to trust that Jim's able to read right now. I'm suspicious.
I have terrible eyes. STA 691-671-1A, baby.
but it's got an RL there too, right?
Yeah, and it has an A in there too.
Oh
somewhere.
man, you got
On the other
that's
side.
a hot stamper.
Both sides.
And there's a T. Yeah.
So do me a favor, Jim. Pull out the ones that I've
RL.
listened to.
Huh?
So I didn't listen to his because you have another RL, right, of Led Zeppelin 2,
Yes, they
right?
do. I have 3.
And have you compared that to the other one?
Yes.
And that one sounds better.
It's a little cleaner.
Okay.
Okay, let me
Well,
tell you the difference. $800, $30.
Okay.
Not worth it. No way is this worth 70, that much money.
You paid,
Yeah,
you
but
paid-
No, I traded advertising $800 a year.
all right, good job.
But hold on, Jim. You that record. Okay,
Phenomenal record.
no one can get that record for $30 really
Not anymore. No.
anymore. You probably have to pay upwards of closer to $200 or more.
Maybe. I would
Probably
say at
more.
the most.
Okay,
Yeah.
so pull out like the John Coltrane one
Okay.
that everyone can go get, and it's not that expensive. Or the
How about
you have
Kinda Blue?
or the Miles Davis one. Everyone
Kinda
can
Blue.
get that one.
Kind of blue. No?
Well, the kind of blue you have is one I
Why
think
not? Why
is
not?
not one of the more. The kind of blue he has is not one of the more expensive.
Bahia?
It's a nice record.
So that is a green label prestige. It's like
That's
70,
right.
72.
It was posthumous.
Too.
Yeah, there you go. Is that RL also?
No.
Yes. No.
Is it?
No, but some of those blue green labels have RV.
They won. I can't read this guy. I'm sorry. Seriously.
Dude, you were almost. This was a star-making performance. It's
Yeah.
like you vomited on stage.
Oh no, not that bad.
There's no way.
Oh,
Not on
let
this
him.
record.
No, it's not that
You're,
Not on
you're
this bad boy. I can't read this shit.
You
It's
you
really small.
literally choked on stage.
I'm calling this act the
Side two is stamped. I can't read the side one.
You know what? The only difference between this and Geraldo Rivera opening of the safe is no one's throwing a chair at you.
There's nothing there. All right, wait a minute.
It's
Okay,
Evil
A1.
Knievel. It's Evil Knievel not jumping.
A1. Okay, here it is. Side one, A1. Then there's another one, it looks like. And then ER 7553A.
Yeah, you sunk my battleship.
And then a dash and the number 2.
All right, you sunk my battleship.
That's it. Oh, and then over here we've got more.
Yeah.
This I can't read.
Are you sure it's not a piece of fuzz or something or dust?
Sorry, guys.
I'm surprised you didn't have poop in that sentence.
Yeah. Oh no. Here's a thing, and Fred's gonna come and join the fun.
Okay.
Here's the thing. This is what it's like hanging around Jim just on regular outside of stream.
He seems like a cool guy, Jim. You seem like a cool guy.
Not
No,
really.
I liked it. Hey, Waxed, I'm going to have to run to join my wife, and I forgot to bring any records. But can I show just a couple things quick?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure this guy only gets on screen to brag about having a wife.
Can you brag about that? Well, yeah.
He's always like, I got to go do this with my wife. She's a great dancer, by the way. Great.
Well, hey, I use that as an excuse to do what I really want to do. That's really what's going on. But this book,
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Go find this book. You had some Grateful Dead stuff. Linda Kelly, we had her up on Rachel's stream a couple of weeks ago. She sent me a copy of this. Well, I think we're going to get her back here. She's been really busy, but Deadheads, and it's basically interviews. It's not with the dead much. It's with people around the dead, and really cool book and worth checking out. But I had this story, Wax, that I referred to last week about a Parasound Halo amp that I bought about 5 years ago. You want to hear that story now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, it was a great amp when I bought it, and I loved it. And for 4.5 years, it was magical. And then one channel on the turntable feed, not on the CD player feed, went out. And so I couldn't play stereo, I couldn't get full stereo. And so I took it back. It was under warranty, 4.5 years. The warranty was supposed to be 5 years. I took it back in 4.5 years. And I shipped it to the Parasound, factory, and they repaired it for free and sent it back to me. All I paid was shipping, and it worked for another 6 months. And then the same channel went out again, actually a little further earlier than 6 months. And then I learned just before the 5-year, because it's a 5-year warranty, just before the 5-year warranty expired, I took it to my store and said, the channel's out again. And they said, okay, we'll talk to Parasound, blah, blah, blah. There had been a change in ownership. So the company Parasound is now owned by someone else. I'm not going to name them. I have their name in emails. And I don't know, I've never met them face to face. At any rate, they declined to honor the warranty a second time, despite the fact that it had gone out at 4.5 years. And basically left me hanging. And ultimately, I had to send it to a secondary market repair shop that repaired it. And that held literally for only 2 days, and the channel went out again. Now, there are some very highly positive reviews of Parasound amps online. And I guess I don't want to condemn the company, but what has happened now is just this cluster of lack of service. And it even extended to the secondary market repairers. They weren't able to get the parts initially, and finally they did, and maybe they were faulty parts. But I wanted to read the final email that I sent to the Parasound leadership that never got a response. And it's not too long, but I'm going to leave the names out. Blank and blank. I have become aware that you're declining to uphold your company's warranty on my amplifier. For the record, I find that unethical, likely illegal, and terrible customer service. I'm especially disappointed that you have decided this without even communicating directly with me personally. While I will not seek legal action, it may be of interest to you to know that I am an active participant in the YouTube and Instagram vinyl communities, blah, 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 blah. I hope you will tune in. You will undoubtedly find the conversation of interest. Last paragraph. At this point, I'm going to decline any future offer of support as you have lost my trust. I try never to wish ill on others, but I will not be surprised if your company struggles going forward, given your obvious incompetence at what would seem to be your central mission, helping your customers enjoy music in their homes. Best regards.
Okay, can I respond to your very well worded, tart letter to the company?
I knew you would like it.
The only thing that will come of it is the satisfaction that you worded out your feelings. I think they will ignore it. They will ignore it. My feeling is there are companies that just sit there waiting for you to contact them to deal with these people. So hold on one second.
I think it's I think there's I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Go ahead.
I think there's way too many good companies to have to put up with that kind of shit.
No, I understand.
The new owner takes over. It sounds to me like the new owners are into just making a few bucks and bailing or something.
Well, but let me finish my thought to Dr. Robert. There is nothing more than that I want than to see you walk and on TV screen and hear bump 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 bump. This is Dr. Robert. He had bought an amp that he thought was fully insured. And then I want Judge Wapner to come up from the grave and
Oh.
ruin your favor.
I missed that was the what's the
Well,
name
Roger
of the song?
got it. Roger was chuckling to himself.
Yeah, I missed that was the song from what is the
People's
name
Court.
of the song?
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, People's Court. Yeah. Well, it's just satisfying to broadcast this, but I mean, come on, at least connect with me. And
have you heard what's going on with Tecton speakers? Guys that have reviewed Tecton speakers in the last few months.
Yeah, I've heard this story. This is a good story.
3 big, large audio hi-fi channels over the last year have reviewed speakers from this company Tecton, and the reviews weren't like bad. I think they were technical, like where you read the curves and that kind of stuff I don't really care about or know about. But the owner of the company was incensed and in writing threatened legal action and all. You've cost me 4 sales so far. I demand that you take your thing down. And who needs to deal with companies like that today? There's too many of them.
Well, the bigger story was that there's that Marcus Brownlee guy who's a big tech reviewer on social media, and he went behind the company's back, Fisker, this new high-end electric car maker, and found a vehicle to do a review on, and just slammed it, and their stock took a nosedive. And they weren't even ready to have a version of their car reviewed, but that's what that guy did. So that's that's the world we live in now.
Well, it is. So at any rate, I wanted to get that out there. I'll put it out in some other format too, but
I kind of feel I agree with what you did, and I believe you should communicate in a constructive way the bad experience you had. I can't believe you're alone with your situation.
Well, I have heard that. I will say now that it's bubbling. I mean, I've had other people come forward and say, yeah, there's been a change in culture there with a change in ownership. So
if I've got an idea, if there were some sort of maybe regionally focused media, maybe some sort of print distribution that you could take out an ad in expressing your view.
I mean, you could, but you know what? Keep bitching about it. The right person hears it. They may get in the ear of Parasound and someone may contact you. You never know.
Hold on. So Nick talked to the speaker guy.
No, Nick has those speakers. He's got Tecton, and Eric, the owner, seems to be overreacting. I think so, Nick. I think he seems to be overreacting.
So you think they're good? You think they're good speakers, Nick?
They probably are.
How long have they been around, Jim?
Ever since I've been around for 15, 16 years, I've been around.
So he came out with a new speaker, and people don't like it.
The measurements. He didn't like the measurements. You measured it wrong. Anyway, so I had a politician once. I was doing another newspaper, and a politician stiffed me on an ad, and he got elected, and he stiffed me on the ad. And I told him, okay, you stiffed me on the ad, but I'm going to tell everyone about this. And I told the right person, and 2 days later, I got paid.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another experience. So Aggie tried to buy a Perry cancel, and the guy bitched him out over the phone.
Wow.
Aggie, were you able to cancel? Were you able to get? I'm sure you had to put down some money. Did you get that back?
So anyway, I put a turntable up on US Audio Mart today. Anyone got an extra $6,000?
Well, from what you say, it's a big discount for what that goes for.
That'd be a nice turntable.
It's a $14,000 turntable.
Yikes.
It is yikes.
What's the brand?
It's an AMG gyro from Germany, and it's got a Hana Umami Red cartridge on it. So it's a $4,000 cartridge and a $10,000 turntable.
Nice.
And it has Cardis phono cable. And it is magic, man. It is magic.
It better be for 14 grand.
It's only money.
Hey, Fred, do you have anything to add to the conversation?
Well, I just think that some companies think our business is doing great. We don't have to take care of customer service. And they just think that, we have a name and we have a brand that's running good. And, if someone's not satisfied, okay, well, fuck it. We do good business. It's just one customer, but, if more
Sometimes the guys are
customers.
If it's great engineer and not a good customer service, you should get someone else to do it for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. Yeah.
I think Fred's right on. So, guys, I'm going to run off. I just wanted to say hi and enjoy the rest of the stream.
Take care, Doc.
Yeah, and don't worry, Dr. Robert, if I get sued for your bad letter from that company.
Well, I worry that I might myself. It makes me a little nervous that, they could come after me. I don't know, but at any rate,
I ordered that book off Amazon. Thanks for telling me.
Well, wait, hold on, Dr. Robert. So out of anyone I know, Roger's the biggest Dead fan.
Yeah,
would have been cool if you could get that lady to autograph one for him.
Well, it may still be possible. So
I'd have 2 copies then.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Well,
I was gonna mention
the Dead, for me, Dylan and the Dead are my 2 tops, and I do love jazz, but man, those guys, they did it for me. So, all right, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you for hosting.
Yeah. Bye. Do you have anything going on, Fred? Any new records?
Finally, a stream where I am the youngest.
Well, yeah, but you don't look the youngest. Okay. So what is do you have any new records you picked up or no?
Well, you were talking about that Pat Martino record. I have that too.
Yeah. What do you think of it? What do you think of it?
It's actually the only record I have of his that I have. I think it's good.
His Muse stuff to me, and I don't have any of his Prestige stuff. I would like to get that Psych record he did, but the Muse stuff is incredible. It's great stuff.
Still in the original.
Yeah, I have that too. That's in mine.
Warner Brothers Innovative about a super group. I don't know.
Yeah, one of their Lose Leader records.
Yeah,
they used to
like that. But I like it. Yeah, it's good. It's a good record.
It's not too fusiony. He wails on it. It's a little funky. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I like it. And you were talking about Courtney Pine, and I didn't know he played on the soundtrack of Angel Heart. But
yeah.
Do you know this record?
No, I do not. Let me make you big so it's easier to see. So is that like a group he's in?
That was like a super group. Well, speaking of super groups, the group that was formed in the 80s to promote UK jazz. And this is the only album they made. It's a live album, and it has 3 compositions by Courtney Pine that aren't on any other album. So this is like a big band live record, but it's really good. I really like this. I think you can get this cheap. I don't know. This is like a project to promote UK jazz. They formed a super group and did a couple of shows.
Who else is on there? I don't know a lot of UK jazz guys.
Well, actually, I think I don't know. Gary Crosby is a bassist that I know. Jeff Gordon, a flute, but most of the names.
There's a one UK saxophone player. I have some of his albums saved in Amazon. I haven't bought any of his albums, but that dude is killer. What is his name? Does anyone know that? While you keep talking about that album, while I go look and see what I have here.
No, I don't know. I just know there's a guy doing poetry on here, Cleveland Watkins. I know him because he was on some hip hop records a bit later. But actually, Gary Crosby is a bassist that I know. But the rest of the I think they were all became session musicians or something. I don't know. But this is a good record. It's not. It's a big band live record, and it's the only record that they did. So, yeah, this is quite good. I love the sleeve on this as well. It's a nice sleeve.
I have one here. I'll tell you this guy's name. Nate Baruchel. Do you know that guy?
Oh yeah, he's great. But he's an. I think he's. I don't know if isn't that another generation? Maybe I don't know. But he seems. I don't know how old he is.
I think he's older, but he's still doing stuff. That guy is good. But
yeah,
I've only
he's great.
streamed his stuff. I have not.
But his records are there. I think he releases them on his own label, and they're quite expensive. I have one or two.
They're not cheap record.
Yeah, but indeed they are great. Yeah, very spiritual jazz. I think I have a live album of his as well. Yeah,
I would like to get some of his records.
yeah, he's great. He's great, and he releases a lot of stuff. Like it's not like one album every 2 years. He keeps a nice flow on his music. Yeah, but I did a great discovery today. I went to a record shop in Brussels, and it was playing in the store. I'd never heard of it. It's from let's see, Argentina in the 1970s. It has an obi strip. Can you see that? This is fantastic jazz. It was playing in the shop, and I really liked it a lot. And it's a very political record because everybody thought that the tapes were burned because it has very political poetry on top of the music. But the music is phenomenal. This is one of my discoveries of the year. I think this is really very good. You should check this out.
Okay, not to interrupt you, Fred. So we have a poo-pooer, which he generally poo-poos stuff, Mark Glassman, and then we have Paul, who likes him. But from what I've streamed a bunch of his stuff, I like his stuff. So that's all. Thank you, dude. What else? So, who put that record out?
This is on a a German label. Sorry, Altercat.
Cat.
They do some reissues from 70s and 80s South American stuff. But if you want to hear a good jazz record, this is good. It's Jorge Lopez Ruiz. Yeah, and this was they had just had it in. They just were putting the copies on the wall. So this is a good record. And Jorge Lopez Ruiz, the guy who this album is from, he's like an arranger, producer, and composer. So he's kind of like a David Axelrod who gets the right musicians together to channel his vision. So yeah, I picked this up today. This is really good on Altercat Records from Germany. It's a good record. And what else did I pick up? Oh, some English jazz. You may have heard of them. Ill Considered.
No,
this is more. They also release like, just they record and they put it on. They go in the studio, put it on tape, and they release it. But this is more avant-garde stuff. But I like their output. So Ill Considered is a band from the UK. You can never read the names on their artwork, Ill Considered somehow. I don't know. Whatever. But I like them. I saw them live once. They're a good band. But more avant-garde, spiritual stuff. And that's all I got. But this is not. Well, I got one more. This is. But this is not a jazz record. It's more a psych folk. Acid folk album from Brazil from the 1970s. Lo Borges. Yeah, this is good.
what label is that on?
It's on Polysome. It's a Brazilian label who do remasterizado para vinil, so remastered for vinyl, and it's they do all these great reissues of classic Brazilian jazz records. Yeah.
Show that on the Jazz Bums because Felipe could speak to it way better.
Yeah, he probably knows this album.
Yeah. Paul knows that other album you showed. Says it's good.
Oh yeah.
Hey Roger, do you have anything to show?
Not really.
Okay.
I've gotten a bunch of stuff, but nothing.
Have you listened to that the CD I sent you?
I have not listened to that New Riders CD yet. I have listened to the Husker Du and Paul Desmond that I got. But no, I haven't listened to the new writers. It's from '76, so it's a little bit later than I'm used to, than what I would consider their heyday. But I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, Roger, you're a big Deadhead?
I'm kind of average height, but yeah.
Did you follow them at all?
I saw about 40 shows
That's
from
a lot of
around-
shows.
Yeah, it's always relative because there's always the guy that saw like 2,000 shows. So.
Yeah.
But I did the summer East Coast '91 tour, most of that, and I saw a lot of. I'm in East Tennessee, so I saw a lot of the Atlanta, Charlotte, the stuff that was close.
Good deal.
Can I ask Caesar why he says Polyson is a hit or miss label? Is it about the pressings or the stuff they release?
Caesar's answer the question. Don't be cagey about it. And Caesar has made his face shown on a stream. Caesar, you're welcome to come up and explain yourself.
I've got a split soon, but can I talk about just one last record?
You can talk about as much as you want. Hold on, let me make you big. Okay, just you give the history of this record, please.
So this is Jane's Addiction. Their first record is before they got a contract from Warner Brothers. It's on XXX Records. I saw this on the wall at Deadly Wax for a year. And
It was up there almost as long as they've been open, right?
Yeah. And I wanted it. I love Jane's Addiction, whatever. I like Jane's Addiction. I love that band. And I saw it for a year, and it was just out of my price range. And then one day I went and I looked at what Jane's Addiction records do I have. And one of the Jane's Addiction records that I have is worth a fortune. I had no idea. So that was my excuse. Bang, I went over there and grabbed it from them. And it was a sealed record. And I opened it. And I played it.
On camera.
Yeah, I opened it on camera. It's on somebody's...
Yeah, if you want, go to Deadly Wax's Instagram account. And there's me filming Jim opening that record.
So I opened the record. I took it from a $300 record to a $100 record or whatever. But I don't care because it plays fantastic. It really does. No, they're self-titled.
No, tell more of the story. That record has been on their wall since they've been open.
Yeah.
And how many times have people...
After I bought the record, 9 people came out and said, "Oh my God, I was watching that thing." Really, literally, a lot of people.
Yeah, but the guy who owns the store, one of the nicest guys that I've ever met who own record stores.
Yeah.
He said hundreds of people have asked about the record. 100.
And the record means a lot to me. I've always kind of liked the band, and it plays and sounds incredible. It's like a live record. So good. Really is. It sounds great. I had to have it. I'm old, whatever.
You are going to be asked to be buried with it, right?
Nope. I want them to sell that record just give it to the Goodwill.
Hey, by the way, is that the amp behind you that
yes.
Can we show that? So, hey guys out there in the world, Jim and I are trying to sell this amp for a buddy. What did you do with the tubes?
I took them out.
So Jim feels that this can't power up. Jim feels that the reason it can't power up is the fuse needs to be replaced. But Jim can't get into where the fuse is to replace it. So I'm left. See, he just discontinued. What did he do? So let me finish telling the story, and we'll tell you what brand of amp it is. Yes. What is that?
It's just a little painting. I thought if I was going to be big, it would be better to see something better.
Did you paint it yourself?
No, my mom picked this up. My sweet little Jewish mother decided that she saw this somewhere and thought it was for me.
Oh, well, your mom is better than mine because my mom would get me a tank top, and I would go, no one wears those anymore. And even if they did, I would never wear a tank top. Thank you.
Did you always get socks for Hanukkah?
It's well known that I've said that if my family could come up with the worst gift to give someone, they did. I am a victim of horrible gift giving. There was no mystery to what I liked and didn't like, but yet my family found a way to find something that I would never like. It never came across their head. I think he would like this or not? It was just there was no thought put into any gift I was given throughout the history of my life. Thank you.
There is a fuse above the IEC, blah, blah, blah. I cannot pry the fucking thing off.
Okay, so can we show what brand of amp it is?
It's a
fuse.
He's going to
Don't drop
discontinue.
it.
there.
Okay.
Jolita.
amp. I'm selling it as is.
JD302B.
Yeah, if you're mechanically inclined, I would prefer it be picked up in LA. If
It
you
is
know
a
anyone
screwdriver
like that,
thing.
it most likely just needs a fuse change.
This is the problem. I am not safety rated for anything more complicated than a butter knife. So that thing is going to stay there.
Yeah, actually, you're not even safety rated to hold a butter knife.
That's true. It's a good app.
I just pulled out the Nat Birschall records that I have, and I bought. These are the ones that I have. This is Ancient Africa.
Hold on,
They're,
let me make it big.
they're all released on his own label.
Yeah.
Rob,
so-
I have to split though. Sorry, guys. Sorry to
Bye.
interrupt.
Thanks
But
for
these
ruining the name, Jim.
I have this one, and I have Mysticism of Sound also. This is the
Yeah.
other one. Where am I? Yeah. And the thing is that he plays tenor and sax and soprano sax, bass clarinet, piano, bass, drums, percussion, and on all he plays all the instruments on these albums, and this guy is insane. I don't know how he pulls it off, but this is great. This is great stuff. But I think these are still available for not so much money. I think
there's one where the one album I had streamed is called Afro Train.
Oh yeah, that's one of his more recent ones, I think. But the first one that I bought from him was this. This is Sacred Dimension. This was on a gatefold vinyl. And I bought it on the basis of, I listened to sound clips. I don't know, it was recommended by someone on Bandcamp. I think this was 300 copies. And this is now like a 200-pound record. This is insane.
Paul said, when he announces a record, you need to jump on it because.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, they go for quite a lot of money. Well, they're not cheap if you buy them new, but at least you're supporting the artist directly, and he presses on his own label, does all the music, does the artwork, does everything himself. So yeah, I don't buy everything he does, but I every now and then someone I like. But this was the first one that I bought, and it's crazy that the prices have gone up. It's insane. It's insane. So,
yeah, I need to get one of his
fantastic.
albums. Yeah,
I think he also played on the albums, the early albums of Matthew Halsall, the British trumpet player. I think he was on his albums as well.
Nice.
A saxophone player.
I'll probably go another half hour. I'll put a link out if anyone wants to come up and show some records they picked up or introduce a topic of discussion. So, any shows coming up, Roger, that you're going to be going to?
Well, just today I bought Robin Trower tickets, but that's not till October. I might be going to see the Earls of Leicester in a couple of weeks, but haven't really decided about that.
Who are they?
That they are people who I think just by mentioning their names, I probably have summoned Elliot Cruz because
Oh, they're bluegrassy.
they're a bluegrassy sort of descendants of Lester Scruggs and Earl and what is it? Earl Scruggs and Lester Flatt. That's what I was thinking of. Sort of the legacy from their band, I think.
Hey, yeah, hold on, Nick. If you're interested in the amp, reach out to Jim. You've taught. If you don't have his contact, reach out to me and I'll connect you. But we're selling that for a friend. Are you being funny?
I was going to talk to Nick Pantazzi the other night, or Pantasy, about seeing John Paul Jones. I think he thought I was joking when I said that.
No, you went to the big ears and
it was fantastic. I saw three sets. One with him, it was just John Paul Jones, and one with John Paul Jones and some, I want to say, Swedish cello player. They called themselves Sons of Chipotle, which has nothing to do with the burrito place. And it was the first time they'd ever played in the States. And then, Robin Trower's great. I've seen him before. And then he did a set with, I'm losing cred because I can't remember the guy from Sonic Youth.
Thurston Moore.
Yeah, him.
Yeah. Oh, Thurston Moore was there?
Yeah, with John Paul Jones, he did one set.
Hold on one second. I go down with Jim because he does business down there. So I didn't go last time, and I might not go. I probably won't go this time. The same. So I don't know. There's always a chance, but
what was he doing? Selling hot stampers down there?
Yes.
He had him under his. He had a big overcoat, and it was like, "Hey kid, want to buy some hot stampers?"
Hey, Chris, you got the tracking number I sent you, right?
Yes, I did.
And I did put 2 records in there that are warped. If you can flatten for me.
So. Do you want me to send them back to you after I flatten them, or?
Well, you're more than welcome to listen to them, but at some point at your convenience. The one's a reissue of the Art Pepper, which you probably will try and steal from me. The one with the surfing girl on the cover.
Oh, yeah, I probably will try to steal that from you.
And then one of the only one of those horse tapscots was warped.
That's not bad.
No, it was good.
I would just mention to Louis that I caught a bad case of hot clampers one time in Bangkok. You don't want that.
Yeah, he wrote a song about it. Could you sing a few bars about it, Roger?
Was that one night in Bangkok? Yeah, they made a song about that.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, it's the only city that literally describes what happens when you're there.
Are you Louis gonna wear his hot nipple clampers to the Austin show?
But Roger, you mentioned that Big Ears Festival. That seems pretty interesting.
That is a wonderful festival. I've been going. I haven't been to all of them, but I think I've been to all but maybe two maybe. But it's a wonderful. If you're a jazz person, you can go and experience nothing but jazz. Yeah. If you're into avant-garde, weird noise stuff, you can go and but obviously the idea is to experience everything. But there's
where is it in the States?
It's in Knoxville, Tennessee, which is where I live. Okay. So I have the great fortune of having about a 10-minute drive to get there. But people come from all over the world. Mazzy's friend Brooks usually comes from San Francisco, so I've met up with him a couple of times, and he's all right, even if he is Mazzy's friend. But
that's what I heard, because Mazzy was mentioning it, that a friend of his went to the festival and saw a certain artist. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But this year, Herbie Hancock, Laurie Anderson. I saw an African singer. I think she's from Mali, known as Fatima.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember her name. I know.
Just wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
I actually have another stack of records I can show that I didn't realize I picked up.
Go for it.
Did you pick up any records, Chris?
No, I was responsible and paid off my car instead of buying more records.
Yeah, but my new line is I'm dwindling my child's college fund.
You
I
shouldn't
don't
have a child.
have a child. This is an interesting record I picked up. This one right here. This is a sampler from Antilles.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So who's on this one? So you got a song from Ornette Coleman, Joanne Brackeen.
I have that record.
Yeah, so do I. Ben Saran,
Never heard of him.
the Heath Brothers. You got your guy, Phil Woods. Do you have that record?
No, I haven't seen that record. It seems like a bad cover.
Braxton. Air. I have this Air record. And I don't know this person. Borelli Lungreen. So this is interesting. I have never seen a Antilles sampler. I actually have to. I think Chris gets. You have Ramsey Lewis records, right, Chris?
Oh yeah.
And I just started finding them and picking them up based on a friend of mine recommending some to me. So I've been finding a lot. Obviously, they're very cheap.
Yeah.
Do you have this one?
I don't have that one, but let me get one that you should get.
So this kind of late 60s, early 70s lineup, it's him, Maurice White, playing drums from Earth, Wind, and Fire, and Cleveland Eaton, I have his Black Jazz record. He's a bass player. I think he played with Basie a lot.
Yeah, I know the sleeve, but I don't have it now.
Yeah, you know what? Here, I'm going to say this. His records are extremely cheap because he was popular, and chances are you'll enjoy the record. So,
Yeah.
The friend of mine had double copies of records, so he sent me this one, this James Moody record, Brass Figures. He's on here with Joe Newman, Jimmy Owens, Snooky Young, Jimmy Cleveland, Kenny Barron's on here.
Oh, I have that one.
Ringshaw, do you have this?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. And then he sent me this Ramsey Lewis record. Do you have this one?
I have a reissue of that one, yeah.
Yeah, I have that one.
This is a reissue on Columbia.
But I haven't listened to it in ages, so.
All right, I picked Mazzy's going to send me a copy of this, but I picked this art ensemble, Full Force.
They were at Big Ears a couple of years ago.
They were at Big Ear, all of them? Not all of them. Right?
Well, the current, and this was not the most recent one, but 2 or 3 years ago. But
I mean,
Lester
not with us. I know Roscoe Mitchell was probably there, right?
I don't remember who was there, but whatever the current art ensemble of Chicago is.
Is that the record of the art ensemble you showed on the other stream with the Fontella bag?
No, the one I showed is a really expensive one. I'll probably sell that one.
Okay.
Because even if I want to keep it, I need to. Chris, you have this one, right? This Les McCann?
No.
But this one was put out on Trip, which we did a deep dive into Trip. You can go on my channel and see if we did a dive into Trip, but I'm sure the regular version of this is not that expensive. But this was in the 50-cent bin. So
how's it sound, or you don't know yet?
I haven't cleaned and listened to it yet. It was the reason they were in my stack to clean.
Those are usually pretty crappy, but 50 cents is a good gamble.
I think I have a couple copies of this, but these Pablos sound great. And the lineup on this is Louis Belson and John Hurd with Oscar Peterson and Count Basie.
Hang on, I gotta stop down the show. Is this real? Tool Anima's gonna come on vinyl?
I heard about that. Yeah.
Wow. Because that's one of the most expensive records I've ever found at a thrift store and sold.
Yeah, for sure. That's amazing. I have a bootleg of it.
I think it was. I heard it in the stream of Concert Buddy. I'm not sure. I heard it on a stream somewhere that they are reissuing.
I found it for $4 and sold it for $600.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. All right, hang on. We're talking about Ramsey Lewis. I want to show a record for you.
Okay, go ahead.
This is a super cheap record that you should get. It's Ramsey Lewis, Them Changes. So it's you can see it's very political, which is unusual for him. Really great record. It's got him playing Steinway and Fender Rhodes, and then an electric guitar by Philip Church, Cleveland Eaton on Fender bass, and then Morris Jennings on drums. Yeah, really interesting record.
Is it the Buddy Miles? Is it the Buddy Miles tune? Them Changes.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up. It's Buddy Miles. Yeah, I thought the title was familiar, but yeah.
It doesn't say it on the record, but I'm assuming it is. So,
a
really good Ramsey Lewis record that you can find super cheap, and it's much different than a lot of the other Argo stuff. This came out in 1970, I believe.
I have another Ramsey Lewis record. So I was watching a video of him talk about it was a great interview, and then he said he got his record deal when he was 16 years old with Chess. I'll post a link in a second in the chat. It's a good interview, but he said they didn't come into their own until this record, and I found this in the 50 Cent bed. And I know the In Crowd is his popular live record in DC, but he said this club in DC, this was the record he felt like he found his footing, I think.
Okay.
You don't have this one?
I have like 15 or 20 Ramsey Lewis records, man.
Yeah, this is in beautiful condition. I don't know why they threw it in the 50 Cent thing. So that's one of the ones I picked up.
I saw a cool show last week.
You saw Herbie, right?
Well, that was the week before. I think I did see Herbie. No, last Friday I wasn't on the stream because I took my kids to go see Perfect Circle, Primus, and Pussifer. It was really cool.
How was that?
It's fucking awesome because they would play like 3 songs and then switch bands and play 3 songs and then another band would play. So, and then at the very end, like all the musicians kind of played together for a couple of songs, which was really cool.
Primus sucks though.
No,
this was probably the first jazz record that I listened to. It was either this or it was Wes Montgomery's A Day in the Life. But this was from my dad. He had the best of Ramsey Lewis record, and I still have it. I really enjoy listening to this one. It's had a lot of memories for this record.
Louis Golden knows.
Louis,
there's the link. There's the link to the Ramsey Lewis interview. You should watch. It's good. Let me show some more of the records I picked up. I have this. So this is a twofer, and it has Mal Waldron 1, which you can get the OGC reissue, but it also has Mal Waldron 2. So
Mal Waldron 2 is the OJC, not 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong. Flip-flop that.
Flip-flop it.
So that's good. This is an interesting record here. This is I think Biograph was doing cheap reissues in the 80s. This Randy Weston record, How High is the Moon? The original, I think, is a little pricey record, but I've been getting into the reason I picked it up is he's joined by Hamid Abdul Malik, who, I have 2 of his OG records, and they're very expensive. I think he only led like 5 or 6 records. So I picked this up. What about this record, Chris? You have this.
Yeah, it's good. I like that. I like the European rhythm stuff.
So this is a record that was on Herbie Mann's Embryo label. Is this out there music or what?
No, not at all.
No.
That's it's. I mean, it's not my favorite Phil Wood stuff, but it's I like that record.
All right, here's a pricey record I found. This Peter Brotzman Clarinet Project on FMP. I streamed a bit of it. As far as Brotzman goes, this is probably a kind of tame record, but he's got some interesting people on here with him. You got Tony Coe. I know Tony Coe, and then
Toshinoro Kondo. I know the trumpet player on the
John Zorn. You know
Yeah.
them. This isn't that crazy of a record, but the FMP. If you find an FMP record, snap it up.
What year is that
You
record
tell it
from?
to go.
87.
Yeah. Toshinori Kondo was an 80s trumpet player from Japan. I have an album with his. He did some stuff with Bill Laswell. Yeah.
So Roger, I'm detecting that the Primus Sucks thing's an inside Primus joke
Yeah.
that I don't know about. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I've never been. I mean, it's funny. They played about 10 tunes, and I knew like 7 or 8 of them. You know, just happened to know them, and they were just fucking awesome. The best part, well, not the best part. One of the cool parts was with Pussifer, Claypool. It was really a neat setup. So they had like the 3 drum sets up on the top of on like the second level of the stage, and then they had these stairwells with couches on the sides, right? And actually, the funniest thing was they had like the old people like stair chairs, you know, that go up and down, and so the whole tour is for Maynard's 60th birthday, so he kept sitting in that thing and riding up and down. But Claypool played a stand-up bass with Pussifer for 4 or 5 songs, which was really neat.
Did he play the whole? Was he with all 3 bands or?
At times, yeah. I mean, he wasn't the whole time, but yeah, he played. Actually, he played with all 3 bands, but not the whole time. It was a neat show, really good. Anyway,
Yeah, no, the Primus Sucks things is the inside, like if you know Primus is cool, you say Primus Sucks, kind of.
that's fair.
Oh,
Louis-
that's what you say?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the whole origin. I'm sure somebody will help us out in the peanut gallery.
Claypool's ridiculously talented, though.
I think I'm gonna hit the bed. It's 2:30 in the morning.
Well,
Good
that's
day to you.
wow.
Sorry?
You usually stay up much later, right?
Sometimes, yeah, when I have a late shift or something else. But I'm going to see Monday tomorrow. That
Who?
British
Oh, cool.
Monday, that British funk band from the 1970s. They only did like 3 albums, but they were sampled to death, and they are back together. Apparently, there's a good documentary out about them, but I haven't seen it yet. So, and apparently, they're still very good. So, gonna see them in Brussels.
Hey,
Very cool.
Breakfast
All right,
King of
thank-
Viola knows them.
thanks for joining, Fred. Appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. See
I
you
think
later.
I'm calling it an evening as well. If Fred's going, I'm out of here.
No, I'm gonna stay on for another little bit. I have a few more records to show.
All right, cool.
I picked up this Heirs to Freedom, Anthony Braxton for trio.
Well, did the box
Oh, yes. I picked this up, Anthony Braxton. Do you have any Anthony Braxton, Roger?
I don't think I do.
I picked
I
up.
know the name, but I don't. I know the name, but I don't.
He is a avant-garde free jazz musician,
Yeah.
and I saw him live last year, and he looked very frail, and he fell down. I picked up this Trek Korea record again and again on Heirs to
Yeah.
Freedom,
And again,
and again and again.
I have Chick Corea, but not that one.
This is sealed. This Alphonse Mozon and Larry Carell record, and Tiramisu Hino's on it. But I streamed some of it. It's sealed. Streamed some of it, and it's more smoothie kind of jazz. Came out in the 80s.
I was just thinking that cover. I have no idea where that cover was shot, but it reminded me kind of the Newport Jazz movie, and that sort of that it would kind of go along with the smoother touch of things.
Hey, do you know this one, Chris?
Oh no, no, I don't.
Yeah. But Tiramisu Hino's on it.
Ooh.
But I streamed it, and it's
Yeah.
more like smooth. I know went into a smooth jazz period. I think this is more in the 80s when he was smooth.
Okay.
In that.
I'll have to keep that in mind then.
I'm probably gonna pair them up together in an auction. Then this Larry Carell on Vanguard with Bobby Moses, Elvin Jones, Jimmy Garrison.
That looks cool.
Yeah. Then this is Herbie Hancock Sunlight, where it's just him with and every kind of synthesizer in it and
No,
keyboard.
let's see the cover of that. Can you flip it back around?
It's really cheesy.
He looks like the Neil Peart of the synthesizers.
Yeah. He played a tune off of that at his show last week.
He did.
Really cool. Yeah, he's like uses a vocoder to like sing through a synthesizer. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think.
Did he play the white guitar?
Yes. For the last song.
How much of his old stuff did he play?
So the way he does it, he only plays like 6 tunes. But half of them are like 15 minutes long or longer. But he does like an overture that's probably 20 minutes long at the very beginning of the show that he plays little segments of all kinds of shit, of all of his, old tunes.
Because the show he's supposed to be doing, that's a reunion of the Headhunters.
Right.
It's a ticket. You can get tickets right now. But the only way to get them is if you have a package for the Hollywood Bowl, and people are already selling their packages of tickets they don't want. But May, I think, in a month, general tickets go on sale for the Hollywood Bowl, and I'm going to get tickets for that show. So,
I mean, I thought about flying out for it, but if it's only going to be like a 20-minute thing, I'm not going to do that.
Well, I mean, I live here, so I'm going. So
sure, of course.
Why would it only be a 20-minute thing?
There's rumors that the reunion part of it with the Headhunters is not the whole show. It's just part of the show.
Gotcha.
Right.
Like they would do the encore or something.
Well, I saw Benny Maupin play 2 months ago. And for an 81-year-old, kick-ass show. But I hear the Harvey Mason guy might not be in the best health.
Mm.
Hey, do you know this record, Roger? The Section?
No.
Jim gave me a promo copy of it. And the only thing I know about it is that guy right there.
Looks like
that's Scalar, Leland Scalar. He's the guy who plays bass with everybody.
Oh, I know.
Cool.
I know who he is. That picture makes him look like a cross between Jerry Garcia and Dave Grisman. But
yeah, but he has a great YouTube channel. I think he's like in his late 70s.
Yeah,
but
no.
I mainly knew him playing. He played with what's his name? I'm your handyman, James Taylor.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Chris Potter was. Cindy's saying Chris Potter's a sax player at Herbie's show. He was excellent. He was excellent, but I like the. I didn't look his name up. The guitar player he had with him was freaking awesome. I mean, they were all great, but the guitar player was really good.
Did he have an opening act, or it was just him?
No, just him. So it's it's quintet. It's him. I don't remember any of the guys' names except for Chris Potter, thanks to Cindy. But drummer, him, sax player, guitar, and then electric bass. And the electric bass player is from the Saturday Night Live band.
He didn't have a trumpet player with him? I'm trying to remember when I saw him.
No trumpet, not this time.
Who? I'm gonna look up.
Did he play Rocket?
No, I don't think he plays that. He plays that whenever.
Hey, Nick, you can come up because I'm gonna another 15 minutes. That's how much longer I'm gonna go. So if you want to come up, show some records. They better be good, or we'll gong you, and then have the Sandman sweep you off of the stage.
2 sax players. I don't remember that, Cindy. Was there 2 sax players? Maybe so.
So, Chris, you're definitely coming to Austin, right?
Yes.
I think I have 2 other records I didn't put in the box, so I'll hand carry them.
All right.
I talked to 2 record store owners from LA, and they're going to be down in Austin selling down there too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Terrence Blanchard I was trying to remember the name of the trumpet player with Herbie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've
And-
seen. Yeah.
Hey,
What's going on, man?
making sure I don't have two streams on.
No, we would hear feedback.
There we go. I was hearing feedback.
Sounds good.
Just getting in from work.
How many sandwiches did you sell today?
Wait. Okay. Wait. I got the wrong stream up. Hold on.
Well, how many streams are you on?
There we go.
The only
Okay.
one-
Now yours, but I was just getting rid of it. Okay. John Handy. I was digging this.
Yeah, you showed it on another stream, right?
I haven't showed him anywhere.
No, really?
Yeah. No. I thanked you for
Oh.
turning me on to a couple of people, but
Okay, cool.
I just got these in. This one here. Of course, you got to love Art Blakey. This is a second chance
Oh, yeah.
from Amazon, right?
Oh, cool.
From the
Good way to
warehouse.
get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the warehouse. You turned me on to that too.
Yeah, I
Thanks so
struck,
much.
but I picked up a record that said it was near perfect, and there were
Yeah.
big scratches all over it. That
Oh,
was
that's a shame. This
Yep.
one claimed to have maybe not have a cover, and it was sealed when I got it. Had a
Ah.
little crinkle in the cover. What do you
Yeah.
want for
well. That there's a second part to that too.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
two volumes. You gotta
Yeah,
get the other
yeah. It says volume 1 on there. I'll
Yeah.
get around to getting it. I just then here's the one I've been bragging about.
Oh,
This,
yeah, that's
this,
really good.
yeah. This you'd mentioned him. I'm like then I found him. I think it was like a $12-13. I was like, this got to be worth it. And man,
So
it's worth 3 times that.
So I'm telling you right now, Nick, it becomes
Yes.
an addiction with him. You can't stop
Yeah.
buying his stuff.
I started streaming his stuff. I was like, oh, get out. Then
Well, if I buy stuff, I'll put it in my auction. I mean, I can't see anyone being disappointed by his albums.
no, not at all. That's for sure. Then we got. I hadn't spun this one yet. Sting.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
That's not
concert.
That must have been a very popular record because you can find it all the time. It's a very
Can you?
What label is
Not
that
where
on?
I live. Hey, we're about to have a show here, right? I'm so far from records and everything.
Yeah.
Except for it's not the kind of show you think it is. Down here in Louisiana, we have gun and knife shows. We don't have record shows.
Maybe you could show up and sell some records.
Yeah. Okay. Milt Jackson and Sonny Stitt.
Yeah, I haven't
Hadn't-
seen that one.
I hadn't
me either.
spun it yet. I'm going through them to see what they're like, but there's the
What-
label.
What label is that? What does it say?
Palcoscenico. I think it's Italian. Palcoscenico. Can you see it?
Yes,
There
I
you
see it.
go.
Oh, that's
Okay.
neat.
Yeah, it's an Italian press. Then I got a Wee Russell. That's a little more big band, I think.
Yeah, I think I sent that to you.
Yeah. I think that's what it
the
came.
one I threw in there. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I hadn't spun it yet. I'm getting through. I had some others I had to get through. So I'm getting through the end of the new pile. And then this was just on a whim. I don't know. It is
Who
from
is
a
that?
college.
The
This
college
is
band.
Halcyon Days, University of Miami Concert Jazz Band. The 2-disc set.
It's a nice cover.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's one of the things that drew me to it. It's pretty nice cover. I'm going to find out what it sounds like probably tomorrow night because I got to dig through some of this stuff. But that's the new stuff I have for now outside of the Stan Getz Gilberto.
Did you get the
Impro-
one step?
I didn't hear you.
Did you get the one step of that?
Yes,
Oh, nice.
it's incredible. Yeah, I splurged. I shouldn't have. Make sure the old lady's not standing behind me. But yeah, just incredible. I have an OG, I have the AP, and this one steps on them both pretty good.
Yeah,
So-
Felipe liked it a lot.
Yeah, I really just just the depth of it, and the God, it makes you feel like you're there. It's incredible.
Yeah,
But-
it's funny that I wasn't able to join, but Mike and Felipe interviewed AB and Nick Getz, Stan's son, like a week
Yeah.
ago.
Oh, I hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah, go watch it.
Oh, I listened to it. That's right. I was at therapy and I listened to it.
But he announced that the next one step's going to be that jazz samba record of Stan Getz's.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
what
don't
I heard about that.
I don't think she was ready for him to announce it, but he just kind of did. So
Yeah. Oh well.
When is that supposed to come out?
I think next year, 2025, sometime.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't think they really started on it yet, have they?
You know, for a company like them, that's the way you got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to ingratiate yourself to the heirs who own the rights to the music.
Yep.
And then, because if they went to the record company themselves, it'd be virtually impossible.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I mean, the interview. I'll show you watch the interview. It was really, really interesting.
Select the records that are really going to impress people and then do them right. Okay, they're on the expensive side, yes. But as a whole package, it's incredibly well put together. But if you're just looking for the record, well, then you might as well get the AP. But for the best sound and the whole package, it's what Impact's put out.
Yeah, have you read the book that came with it yet?
Nope, haven't had time. Running a business kind of puts a lot of. We had some problems at the restaurant. Came in after Easter, and it was raining inside the building, so now I got to deal with that. Yeah, busted water pipes. Always something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're still dealing with that, and just the life of dealing with getting old and running a business. I think I'm the oldest one on the screen.
Yes, you
I
are.
think Rob's secretly 90.
I feel 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, life is not for the whatever. You know, we all have our own issues.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's precious, and the sooner you realize that when you're young, the better off you are. Or old. Some people learn slower,
Yes.
but yeah, it's precious.
Anything else, people? Anybody else got anything to talk about?
No.
Oh, I haven't announced it.
Uh-oh.
We're not streaming Friday, so Rob, if you want to have a stream,
What?
you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, exposure is something that I have a lot of. But there's
Gonna
lots
get
of
stuck.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dick.
I'm sorry. You're gonna get stuck with the Mazzy moniker. You keep showing up everywhere.
I feel like I give and I give and I give. Do I need to give more?
Yes.
I'm not a grumpy old. I'm a grumpy person.
No, you're not.
Age has nothing to do with it.
No, it doesn't. That's a fact. But no, you're not grumpy old person.
The benefits of living in an apartment is I don't have a lawn to yell at kids to get off of. Yeah. And
you go down to the boardwalk and fuss at skateboarders.
Okay, let me set something straight. Rachel thinks I live in Venice. I live in Santa Monica. We have a pier, and there's a beach bike path and a beach path.
I know exactly where you live. I drive by there in GTA all the time.
It doesn't look quite exactly the same, but it's not that far off. So
yeah, it's her shtick.
Yeah, I don't know. There are plenty of streams that go on Friday night. You can go support some other people, see some other points of view.
Yeah.
But I try and support the community by doing my weekly stream for whatever that's worth.
Chris, you can go on the tomato.
I would never do that. I would never get myself to the freaking morons.
And I don't think I would go on there, but I promise you. And from my heart, if I ever went up there, no one would come out of that stream alive. I promise. In the spectrum of the way I act on the internet, Rachel's being kind of, you could take it for whatever it's worth, but generally it's done with the most lighthearted,
Yeah.
take it as a joke mentality. But I don't know if I could control my emotions on that stream. It's just,
No. I tried tuning in for more than 4 minutes. I was like, no.
people will be crying, bleeding from their eyes. It would be bad. So,
Mm.
all right.
Hey, as long as they're having fun.
I don't even
have their
think they're
fun.
having fun. I honestly don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
And just so you know, if there's such a thing as a human thorn in my side, it's Roberto. So here's my problem with movie marketing. This Joker 2, I don't know if anyone's familiar with this, but there's a sequel to the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie. And there's at least 3 or 4 movies in recent memory that have been musicals. But yet they have not marketed them as musicals. And here are the 2 examples. The Color Purple remake that came out, that was a musical. It was a movie version of the Broadway play. None of the marketing led you to believe that it was a musical.
Right.
The second movie was the Mean Girls remake, or it wasn't even a remake. It was a movie version of the Broadway musical. Nowhere in the marketing of that Mean Girls movie did they lead you to believe it was a musical. So now they drop a trailer for the Joker movie, which is a musical. It's a jukebox musical. They're singing existing songs in that film.
That's
and
weird.
I don't understand why they don't market the films as musicals. It's bizarre to me.
That makes no sense at all. They're just
No.
springing it on you. Surprise.
No. Well, okay, so there's a movie, James L. Brooks movie he made with Albert Brooks and Nick Nolte. I forget the name of it, but it was shot as a musical. Prince wrote songs for it. They did a test screening of the film, and it was a disaster. So they cut all the musical numbers out of the film except for one and released the film. But so I don't know how Hollywood feels about musicals. So
would you consider the original '89 Batman a musical?
No. Did they break into the song?
It was no. They didn't break in the song. It was a movie with good music behind it.
No, the Joker. Everybody forgets that he had a big music. Prince did the music for it, but Jack Nicholson as the Joker did his big song and dance number.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't like
I don't know if that counts as a musical.
But this isn't in true recent memory. That a House of what is it, Rock of Ages, which was a huge hit on Broadway, jukebox musical. And if you don't know what a jukebox musical is, it's a musical that uses existing songs to tell the story. That was kind of a flop. So I don't know if that shied them away. But
as a young person, when I was younger, I mean much younger, they had musicals with dance. It was a genre. I enjoyed it, but you knew what you were getting.
Yeah.
They hadn't done stuff like that in 50 years? Or about 45, 50 years. They were fun and entertaining, but I think that genre, I don't see it working nowadays unless they do something radically different.
Well, it is a theatrical movie experience. Here's the difference. You had a Taylor Swift movie that was a huge hit because she did a tour that was huge. People that couldn't see the tour. She has a huge following. People went to movie theaters and watched it.
That's not a musical, though. That's a concert movie.
That's a concert.
But again, it's a movie that is a concert with music.
Well, sure.
So here's the deal. In my experience, people that go to the movies are moviegoers. Not everyone goes.
That's a very enlightening statement.
Hold on, let me clarify that.
No, I get it.
It's regardless of the subject matter of the film, moviegoers go support movies. If you are into sports, that you go to sports for your entertainment. If you know what I mean, it's sort of concerts, that's your entertainment. So you have to appeal to moviegoers first when you make a movie. to think that you can make a musical and think people that go to the theater to watch musicals will come to the movie, it's really
No.
not the same thing. Kate, here's a case in point. Hamilton, which was a phenomenon, right?
Mhm.
On Broadway, people specifically made trips to New York to go see Hamilton. It attracted non-movie theater goers to go see it. So you know what they did? They smartly filmed a performance of Hamilton and made a movie of it. And it didn't premiere in theaters. It premiered on Disney streaming service. So that's how that was exposed. I don't know if you could have gotten moviegoers to the movie theaters to watch it. I just don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know.
No,
But
I agree with you. I don't think moviegoers would go for that.
Well, but
Or
here's
the
the
theater
example,
goers
here's
go
the
to the
example I
movies.
always give. Let's say you're really into Louis Armstrong, and there's a documentary about Louis Armstrong. Maybe you'll get Louis Armstrong fans to go see that documentary, but you need to get moviegoers who like to watch documentaries to go first.
Yeah.
That's the audience you need to get to go come and see it.
Right.
So
Makes sense.
Who goes to the movies anymore, though?
We got a theater right here.
I know, but do y'all
But
go to the movies ever?
the attendance has dwindled. But here's another problem with the movie theater industry: they built too many movie theaters.
Yeah.
It wasn't special anymore.
Right.
When you could go to a theater in your neighborhood, and then it's an 80-seat, 50-seat theater, you're not truly getting a good movie going experience. It's not special. They didn't make they watered the experience down enough.
They had a really good, there's a really good chain here called Alamo Draft House. Or not Alamo,
They're all over the country. Yeah.
Are they? Well, they closed a bunch of them down during COVID, but those are amazing. I mean, they're really good.
Jeff Myers here in LA, he works at the one in downtown LA.
Oh, cool.
But their theaters are small too. Here's a good example. If
They're
the
fun.
height of movie going in the US for me, late 80s, movies were special. You would go and the theater would be full of people. And if you went to go see a movie and it was sold out, you might buy a ticket to go see something else.
Mhm.
You know? So that's when movies were special. But all through the 90s, they overbuilt movie theaters. They built 20 plexes, 30 plexes, way too many theaters. There you go. There's Jeff.
I mean, I also think that it's just different now too with all these streaming services, and everybody has a 70-inch TV.
Well, okay. Technically,
it's just like-
okay. So I agree with you for me, but I spent 30 years of my life professionally in movie theaters.
Sure,
I don't want
I
to be
know.
in movie theaters anymore.
That's
It's like
fair.
Nick, when you want to eat a good meal, you probably cook it at home for yourself. So,
Yeah.
so here's the story with what you said. It's still the cheapest form of entertainment. If you're a family of four, you can go to the movies. Is as expensive as you want to say it is. It's still the cheapest form of entertainment. People want
it's like $100, dude. It's like over $100 to take your family to the
okay,
movie.
but take your family of four to a concert. How much is that?
Anywhere. Take them anywhere. Take them out to eat.
Go take them to a football game. Take them to an NBA game. You're spending way more than
Good
$100.
God. Yeah.
Well, sure, of course.
True.
Well, I heard a story about you, Paul, that you were watching a movie on a plane that was so bad you tried to walk off the plane.
He walked out on it, right?
But
The door was already open.
So there is a movie currently out that I feel like would fit a bill, like Godzilla versus King Kong or whatever they're calling that movie.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, if you were in a packed movie theater full of people, regardless of the quality of the film, it still would be an almost enjoyable experience.
Fun. Yeah, I think so.
So that, and I'm not like Quentin Tarantino and Scorsese, where I say the only way to see a movie is in a theater. I don't believe that at all. Right. What I believe is the communal experience of going to a movie. I feel like there's value in that. But the problem is when you have a 20-plex or even a 12-plex, only 4 of those houses are designed to have more than 250, 300 seats. I feel like that's the best way to see a movie in a big, giant movie theater. And
well, our species is communal. when it comes to gathering around the campfire,
Well, I don't know what
going
your
back.
species. I don't know what your species is.
I was
Yeah,
saying that's
you
going to
know.
be your downfall too. So
Well,
once we take over.
Well,
Okay,
hang on. This is an interesting point too. So Mark says the theater is doing a Kubrick week. That's exciting. That's what Alamo does too. Like their whole thing is they have really good food and booze, which is nice. So you can get a
Yeah.
little drunk, eat some food, watch a movie, but they'll play all kinds of stuff besides just new movies. I mean,
no,
like, I went
they do cool things where they'll bring in people doing mystery science the 3000 style where they're talking.
yeah.
But the problem with the Alamo Draft House is the biggest house there. Jeff, what's the biggest house at yours? Is it even 100 seats?
I don't think that matters.
No, it does matter. As someone who's surveyed people for 30 years inside movie theaters to watch movies, for my point, it does matter.
I think
I
those
don't-
were worse though than the new stadium seating theaters. I think they're better.
No, but again, if they still serve the food here. Like, here's something I know: the average concession sales for a movie theater is still kind of low. It's like $8 a person.
Mhm.
So, and even though that markup for them is high,
Mhm.
that's not what's keeping the movie business going. You need, and then there's a lot of other issues I could go into, but I don't disagree with the Alamo Draft House. I like it because a lot of times you're not going to see those movies in a theater unless they're the ones right near me. The America Cinematheque has a theater called the Arrow, and that's all they show. They'll do special screenings with Q&As, and that's awesome. But that house is 300 seats. It's always packed. You get to see a great movie with people oohing and eyeing, and you get to hear a Q&A with someone involved with the film afterwards. That's a
The
cool
other
way.
thing, Alamo used to do that was really cool is they would do they had, some movie would come out and they would have Mondo like do a poster and like a beer pint or whatever. You could buy those and that sort of thing, which is kind of neat.
Hold on one second. Bill K, you've asked this 3 times. I've seen it. What do you want me to show you? I will tell you this, Bill K. Somehow it went under the radar. In Europe, they're reissuing an Art Pepper record, Red Records, a live performance, but it's a record store day only Europe. And I'd be interested in getting that.
45 euros though. I mean, it's expensive.
Yeah, it is. Well, the Red Records are expensive, right?
That's only one LP, right? Is it one LP or two?
It's one, but you bought those Joe Henderson ones, right? I got those. They're expensive.
Yeah, they are expensive. I did not watch Civil War because I don't want to see the near future of our country.
Yeah, that movie. I'm
Too
not
close
interested in
to home. No.
I'm going to take off. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, you mean
Roger.
you're actually going to fly off screen?
Sorry, what?
Never mind. You're going to flap your wings and fly away.
Yeah, I'm going to flap my wings and fly off screen.
If anyone I know, there's something that you have found a secret, some herbal enhancement that would make you float off the ground.
I'll talk to you guys later. Have a
Hey,
good night.
you know what? If I don't
Take care, Roger.
talk to you, Roger, enjoy 420. Okay. We'll
I haven't
go-
been to a movie in at least 10 years.
Well, there's some movies I want to see. Like there's that Boy First Fights World with Bill Skarsgård. I like very B movies that are almost D movies. I like
Really?
bad movies. I like genre films. I like weird movies. So that's kind of where my taste mainly falls sometimes.
Okay.
I mean, I want to watch that new TV show based on the video game Fallout. That's kind of up my alley. I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what was that one from what was it, South Korea, where the the one I'm talking about, the weird one where you had to get killed or something to go off the show?
I haven't watched that.
Oh, that's great. You should watch it. It's fun.
No, me
Good.
either. I don't go for crazy crap like
I mean,
that.
the shows I like, Bosch. I like the Reacher show. I watch that, but you could stream that all in one day and then it's over.
Yeah, that's the problem with that. Yeah, absolutely. And what was that? I've cut back on my streaming. I just don't watch it. And there's not a whole lot to watch. I mean, once you've streamed, two seasons of a show, it's over and you're done. You know, but now when I watch movies, I prefer to have hard disk in my hand versus streaming because the quality is just so much better.
Because it's compressed when it's being
Right, and if you have the gear to make it a movie versus a show, it
no,
makes a huge difference.
I've been in some
Yeah.
home theaters that are awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But
I have 64 drivers in this room, and that's a lot of sound sources.
but do you have surround sound?
Dolby Pro Logic with Dirac for a time delay. The whole, I got the whole bit.
Oh, nice.
And it's two pairs of 15-inch subwoofers. I mean, when the Death Star blows up, if that's what you're watching, the house comes down. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do, right?
Hey, can everyone do me a favor and ask me about Art Pepper in the Peanut Gallery, please? Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted me to go get my Art Pepper?
Hey, do me a favor. Go buy that Art Pepper collection my friend put out on Omnivore. It's like 7 CDs. They'll never release it on vinyl. It's good. Maiden Voyage. There are shows he did at a club called Maiden Voyage. It's good stuff. Dave, in the form of a question, please. Any other information we did not cover? Thank you, Cesar. Appreciate it.
I think I might do a
Art
stream here in a bit.
Pepper.
You're gonna do a music stream on the it's on your Twitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna try if my internet
Can you
holds
drop
up.
a link in the chat so people will join you?
Yeah, I think I might try to.
We have 87 people watching.
The RSD record.
Can you go support Chris's Twitch stream, please?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Hey, it is still a thing because that's how movies are made. They're typically surround sound. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Well, I must have missed something.
Here's another thing.
It is still a thing.
Here's another thing too. There's so many different concoctions of surround sound. In my feeling, the best way to go see a movie, Dolby Cinema, which I think is only at some AMC theaters. If you've ever gone into one of those Dolby theaters, it's magical. Like it's crazy. And they have their own proprietary, you would think a Dolby is just audio. They actually have their own video thing, and it's crazy good. If you ever can go to one of those AMC Dolby theaters, that's the best way to see a movie. And then their 3D is good too. And I'll probably go see the new Mad Max. I want to see the Mad Max movie because the last one was outrageous, and you have to see it in the theater. I will say that.
Awesome.
Well, here's the problem. When you answer, Chris, it says me.
I know.
Bill K, what do you want? Do you want an Art Pepper record? Do you want me to get you one? Do you want me to find one? Which Pepper record? I sent a few to Chris. He's gotten some.
Yeah, I've got a bunch. Get the Galaxy stuff.
Get all of it.
Nah, the early stuff's not that great.
I have a Dr. Pepper. Do you want one of those, Roger?
Somebody started a rumor on TikTok that Dr. Pepper was going away, and people started freaking out, believing it.
I got a question for you, Rob. Are the movie theaters using Dirac at all for their sound?
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Dirac? It's called Dirac. DIRAC. It's for sound correction, time delay, sound correction.
I don't know enough about that, but I can tell you that there's Dolby. Then there's THX. There's several different encoding systems that they use to do sound in theaters.
Right, and there's
So-
Atmos as well.
Atmos, but I don't.
Dolby Atmos.
I would have to know that you mean from what an image appears to match the sound that's around you.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Joey
See,
says
when this
okay.
when a
Joey-
sound wave comes out, right,
Okay.
it ricochets around the room,
Yeah,
and the
Joey-
Dirac helps correct that.
All right. So from what I understand, and someone can correct me, because I worked in theaters doing movie testing, not technical shit,
Right.
is the THX and the Atmos and stuff is the way of encoding so all that happens correctly.
Well,
Like
those are two different
I understand, but it's
THX.
whatever
Yes.
it's whatever thing that the theater pays to license to use.
Right. Yes.
But I would tell you, like, there's Dolby 7.1, which is different than other.
Yep.
It's designed to go through your body and all that. So
Right.
I don't know. I would assume. I don't even know. I think AMC bought the big theater chain around New Orleans, so there are AMC theaters in Louisiana. If there is a Dolby Digital theater anywhere within reason of you, I would suggest going there, and it will blow your mind. That
Yeah.
thing is
Cool.
all right, peoples. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope I didn't yell at someone and upset them like I normally do, but you know, Nick's been the victim of my screaming, so he's still here and breathing. So
Thanks, Rob.
thank you,
Chris.
for joining me.
Yep.
Thank
See
you,
you guys.
everyone.
All right, take care, everybody.
Take care.
Have a good rest of your day. Bye.